everybody, welcome to the Magic of Aquamarine live with Gemology Jen. I'm Gemology Jen. So we have made it to spring, guys. Tomorrow is the first day of spring in the United States, and the skies are getting bluer, the days are getting longer. So how are you doing with the time change, right? That takes a little getting used to, a little adjustment, but it's well worth it. Am I right? I love that the days are getting longer and we can start doing more outside activities. So who here loves nature and being outdoors like I do, right? I love to go hiking, walk by the boardwalk. I have my New York accent, sorry. Boardwalk and see the ocean, right? That ocean, the blue ocean and the sand gives you a sense of renewal and tranquility that you need from being all day with Zoom calls and on the computer. Am I right? You need that time to really refresh. So before we start, I want to wish everybody who has had a birthday so far, happy birthday. I hope you are enjoying your birthday month and enjoying these talks on aquamarine. So let's get started. So as you have learned so far, aquamarine is a great color for spring and a gemstone with amazing benefits to help with clear communication, relationships, and staying calm and tranquil. So hopefully by now you've realized that you need some aquamarine in your life, right? And today I'm going to reveal how the experts value aquamarine and what you should look for when you buy one so that you can be more knowledgeable and get the right value for your money. You don't want to spend a lot of money on an aquamarine that's too light and doesn't have any life to it, no sparkle, it's just kind of dull. Because at the end of the day, besides its amazing benefits, you want something beautiful and something that you would really love to wear, right? So who here has aquamarine jewelry that you love to wear? Put it in the comments if you have some aquamarine jewelry, or give me a heart. And if you do, you already know the amazing benefits that it has, and you can share with everybody else. And if you don't, of course, I am always here to help you. So first we're going to go over the quality factors of aquamarine. So somebody has a ring, awesome. I hope you're wearing it today. So we're going to go over the quality factors today, the color, clarity, cut, and carat weight. And at the end, I will reveal how much you should be paying for a nice quality aquamarine. So some prices for you. So let's start with color. As far as color is concerned, we know that color is the top priority with any colored stone. And since aquamarine can be very light, the right color is very important. Way back in the 19th century, so the 1800s, the sea green varieties, so stones that had a little bit more green in them, were more popular. But today, the more blue the color, the more valuable the stone. The range of aquamarine is really very narrow. So it can range from a true blue color, that's pure blue, or you can have it very slightly greenish blue, so have a little touch of green in it, and then increase in the amounts of green. So be greenish blue, very strongly greenish blue, or an even amount of green blue, which is kind of closer to like an turquoise color. So I'm going to add into the screen the gem's most valuable color, and this is what people will pay top dollar for. And it's a dark blue to slightly greenish blue and a moderately strong intensity. So that color blue is very vivid. You really see it intense. It's kind of like the Colgate toothpaste, right? Remember the Colgate toothpaste that has that beautiful intense blue? So the more intense the color and the more pure the blue color, the more valuable the stone is going to be and the more it's going to cost. So most aquamarine, though, that you see in jewelry today or in the stores is more of a light greenish blue. So it has a little tint of green to it. So some consumers may prefer the more greenish natural color, and some may prefer a more blue color. That is truly up to you. You're the one wearing it. You're the one that needs to think that it's beautiful. You're the one that's going to need to love it. So that part is really up to you. But since blue is the more preferable color in the trade, most of the aquamarine in the market has been heat treated to give it more of a pure blue color. And sometimes it can look like a blue topaz. So you want to be careful with that and make sure it is actually an aquamarine. What also plays a factor that will affect its color is its size, so how big it is, and location, so where it came from. Faceted aquamarines often have to be pretty large. They also, sorry, getting tongue-tied. They often have to be pretty big or pretty large gemstones, generally over 5 carats, to really show that high, intense, dark color that you want in a high-quality aquamarine. And when the faceted gemstones are small, they're really saturated and don't have enough color to be attractive. So usually they're much lighter in color when they're a small size. However, some mines in Africa, like Nigeria, Madagascar, and Mozambique, for example, are known for more intense color in these smaller sizes under 5 carats. So because of this color rarity, smaller top colored stones from this particular area will sell more per carat than larger stones of that same color. So color really is the most important quality factor when it comes to colored gemstones, especially for aquamarine, since it has that a narrow range of color. And the more blue and the more intense, the more money you can expect to pay for it. So now let's talk about clarity. Aquamarine falls into the clarity type 1, which means that it usually is free of inclusions. So usually you won't see any inclusions with your naked eye, and it won't have any inclusions under magnification. So this is completely opposite from its brother, the emerald, because they are in the same family. And as most of you know, emeralds have a lot of inclusions that you can see with your naked eye, but aquamarine doesn't. So most faceted aquamarines are eye clean, but some will have liquid inclusions inside of them. And liquid inclusions are generally colorless, basically colorless, but sometimes the light can catch it. You know how you see like a little dewdrop or something like that, and you see a glint reflecting off of that liquid. So you may be able to see a little bit of reflection from a liquid inclusion, very tiny, that you may be able to see with your naked eye. But in general, clarity characteristics are very few or absent in most finished or polished gemstones. Stones that do have eye visible inclusions usually are polished into cabochons, which has that smooth surface. Also beads, or made into carvings. I have a picture of a carving that I want to show to you guys that's super cool. You can see this carving of aquamarine in a skull shape, right? You see that? And with his like little headband there, I kind of like the headband. So when it has a lot of inclusions like this, you can see how big aquamarine comes in also. It's really kind of cool. So next is the cut. So because aquamarine's color is light, cutting is important to get the best color. And when it is well cut, they will show a nice brilliance or life to it. You really want a gemstone that has a little bit of sparkle to it, has some dancing light coming off of it. So the main consideration for cutters is that one of aquamarine's optical properties or visual properties is that it's pleochroic, which means that it shows different colors in different crystal directions. So depending how you hold the raw crystal. This is when light actually enters into the crystal, it splits into two. So then you get two different colors from the same crystal. So in one direction, it will show a near colorless, and in another direction, it will show a more strong blue or a more blue color. And fortunately for aquamarine, the blue pleochroic color aligns with the cutting orientation that retains the most weight. So what they do is they align the table facets, so that flat facet on top, and that runs parallel to the length of the crystal. And this gives you a bigger stone with the best possible color for the rough crystal. So you'll see that beautiful blue color. So aquamarines can be cut into almost any shape, but the most popular are emerald cuts. Here, I'm going to show you the different shapes. So the most popular are emerald cuts, round, and oval brilliants. And since aquamarine crystals are pretty abundant, so there's a lot of aquamarine available, you should expect a well-cut symmetrical stone. Usually for more expensive and rarer stones like ruby, emerald, sapphire, the cuts can be very lopsided or lumpy, and they do this to maintain the most weight from a rough crystal, because the smaller it is, the less money you get. But this really isn't the case for aquamarine, so you should really expect something even, symmetrical, beautifully cut. If it's not well cut, then don't even bother, because it should be. Then it's just like a commercial quality, and they just kind of quickly, slapped on some facets. And so it should be very cheap if you see something like that. Also, because of aquamarine's hardness and transparency, let me take this off. It is popular with designers, artists, and carvers to sculpt fantasy cuts and ornamental objects. Let me show you a picture of that. So something cool like this has like these little waves in it, which really goes with that water feel of aquamarine. So this will make the gemstone more expensive because of the craftsmanship and that unique design. Or if it's from a popular designer, you'll be paying for the name and for the designer jewelry. But for birthstones, aquamarine is usually cut in a variety of standard shapes that fit mass jewelry mountings to keep the price low and sell more, because that's really the main point, right? So last but not least is the carat weight. So how big does aquamarine come? So aquamarine crystals come in sizes from very small, so you can have really, really small stones, or it can come very large. This is a crystal that is 100 pounds, and the kind of pyramid thing is what they cut from this particular crystal. But the largest was found in Brazil in 1910, and it weighed about 244 pounds. That's, a whole person or maybe two people, depending, right? And it measured about 19 inches long and 15 inches in diameter. So it was pretty big. But while large stones are readily available, it's really difficult to use them in jewelry. So there's less demand for them, and the prices are actually lower per carat. And typically, they will be used as center stones. So center stones mainly for a necklace or maybe for a bangle bracelet, something where you would see a bigger stone. You probably wouldn't want a big aquamarine covering like your whole hand, unless you do. And then that would be custom made specifically for you. But as a result, per carat prices tend to decrease for sizes above 25 carats. And a lot of dealers won't even carry them. They would probably be cut special. Like I said, or probably be custom made for somebody that's particularly looking for something that large and wants to wear it in a certain piece of jewelry. So overall, you want to look for a blue that has a nice saturation and a beautiful brilliance, some sparkle to it, that is eye clean and has a nice symmetry. So no matter what shape you choose, you can choose the shape that you like. It doesn't matter. But you want it to be even and symmetrical. You really don't want something too light that's closer to colorless or cut unevenly with eye visible inclusions. That's really considered commercial or low quality, and then you'll be paying very inexpensive prices, but then again, you're getting what you pay for, right? So you also want to avoid something else that a lot of people won't tell you, a lot of salespeople won't tell you, and it's something called windowing. So think of your window that you can see through. So this is part of the stone in the center that looks almost colorless. And when you put it on your finger or your neck or wherever you're putting it, you can see right through that center, and you can actually see your skin right through it. So with colored stones, it's a little hard to avoid, but if it's cut nicely and it has facets on the bottom, it should keep that even blue color throughout the stone. So you kind of want to avoid that particular design flaw, I guess, or cutting flaw that gives you that window that you see your skin through. So the more color you see and the more brilliance you have in your stone, the better, of course, and the more expensive it's going to be. So next, we have the $1 million question. How much should you expect to pay for a faceted aquamarine, right? So I looked at some 1 carat aquamarines. So 1 carat would be about 6.5 millimeters for round. And if you're looking at something like an emerald or something elongated, it's usually around 7 by 5 millimeters. So it looks a little bit bigger because it's a little bit longer. So you should expect to pay about $400 to $600 retail for an average to very good quality. Of course, you can get it for a lot less if it's more on the lower or commercial, but you want something with color. So something around $400 to $600 retail. 1.5 carats to 3 carats, you should expect to pay around $400 for something that's good quality, has a nice blue, has a nice clarity to it. Now, this is $400. Multiply the 400 times whatever the carat weight is. So to be easy, if it's a 2 carat, 400 times 2 is 800 per carat. And then if it's a very good to more exceptional color and clarity, it can go up to $1,400 per carat. And then if you look at stones that are $5 to $10 per carat, it really doesn't increase that much. But again, you have to multiply it by the carat weight. So the total cost can be a little bit more. So for lower quality, so a lighter blue color, you should expect $150 per carat. If it's good or average quality, $450 per carat. And then again, if it's very good or exceptional, the same $1,400 per carat. So you're multiplying that by whatever the carat weight is. So it could get a little bit pricey. So now that you are an aquamarine buying expert, I just wanted to remind you of my Birthstone Bliss collection that has aquamarine jewelry available, and it's only until March 31st, so you have a couple more days, and you can use that promo code BBMarch to save 10% off, and you can get some beautiful sparkling aquamarine for yourself if you don't already have. Or if you just want a loose gemstone, something like that, I can always help you with that, or if you have any questions about aquamarine. And one other reminder announcement: to celebrate spring, renewal, health, and beauty, I'm having my live Zoom workshop this Sunday at 3 p.m. to learn how to clean your jewelry like a pro. So the registration link is in the events, and there's some other posts with the links in it too. So if you want to sign up and be part of cleaning your jewelry with me, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be knowledgeable. You really need to think about cleaning your jewelry so that it's germ-free. I saw some studies of how much germs get into your jewelry, and just washing your hands doesn't do it. So just to put a little bit of sparkle in your life, put some health concerns to bay and clean your jewelry, then sign up, and I'll see you Sunday. If not, have a great weekend, and I will talk to you guys next week, and enjoy. Talk to you soon. Bye.